Alright, good people, happy Saturday. I hope everybody's having a good, lovely Saturday. Here it is sunny. I think it's probably around 80, maybe 90 degrees, sunny outside. Back to the jet skis. If you've seen the premiere video posted, we're going to see what's up with these two jet skis. This one here, I think it's a 96. And the other one is a 98. So what's going on is he told me that this one here, he got both of them actually from another guy a long time ago, and he had 4 of them, and he said this one here didn't run. He couldn't get it to turn over. That one over there, he can get it to turn over and it would crank up. So what we did when I was there, I took some starting fluid, we took the spark plug out, and we was able to get it to hit off for a quick second. So I've been busy on the Torino today. I don't know if you can see, it's kind of bright outside. Real busy on it. Finally got it ready to ship back, and haven't had time to mess with them. I did drag the Wave Runner and the XP into the shop. The XP, I need to take the carburetor off of it and clean it and really see what's wrong with it. I took it down to the lake the other day and just left it on the trailer and cranked it up, and it just popped and sputtered and spit. But on the trailer it runs good, so I need to really look at the carburetor. It's not working good under a load. The Wave Runner is ready to go, so now it's up to these two here. So let's see what we can find out on these two and see what do we end up with. So I found out it does have a battery in it. It's 2 of 2015, and this right here was just laying in here, and looks like this thing got rusted, and there was a wire broken off right here. I don't know where that goes. I got another box with the coil and stuff in it in the back. I'm gonna get it out. I'm thinking this goes to the solenoid. This is your solenoid wire. Not sure. This one's different than the 95 back there. So we got the jumper pack ready. I should have put a charge on that battery, but didn't get a chance to. Looks like the ground wire's been rubbing. Spark plugs are in it. Looks pretty much intact up under here. So let me see if I can find this other box and see where that wire go, and then we'll try and hook to it and see what it does. So I was able to find another box that has everything hooked up in it, and I found out where this wire goes. It goes to the solenoid, and this one seems to be in pretty good shape. It is missing the wire going to the solenoid. I got a whole bunch of this stuff. Got it from a good friend of mine who got out of jet skis. So I don't know if this solenoid is any good or not. The reason why he took it off. But what we can do is swap it out just to see if it's any good. So this one plugs here, and you got the 2 main wires and the coil wire. It's hard to get a light down in here. It looks like they might have the spark plug wires on backwards, because this is the longest one here. I don't think if it matters on these, but being that that's all rusted up, I would say I would say let's just change the whole box and see what happens. So we're going to unhook the temp switch and lay that to the side. They don't make these wires long enough. That looks like a 10mm there. So let me get a 10mm socket and we'll get that off. Okay, got the old coil solenoid assembly removed. Like I say, this wire right here was cut and looked like somebody's been trying to touch it on something. Things all corroded up. And then I had an extra one. You see, it's all connected. That red wire goes to one side of the solenoid. I guess that's your signal wire. Now, the only thing I gotta do is just plug it in and hook a battery to it. See what she's gonna do. Well, the battery's already hooked on it. I think it's dead. So, plug this plug back up. Put that back down in there. Spark those wires. One of these wires is cut. Like something chewed on it, but we just want to see if it's going to turn over. Jumper cable. There. Alright, this one has the little programmable key thing, key fob. Plug it in. Push the pack on. Nothing. I don't like these key fob things. I like the ones that you just hook on your belt. And we got nothing. So I don't know if solenoid might not be any good. I think it has a fuse in here though. Let's see if it's... It seems good. So I'm thinking maybe that solenoid is not any good. That's why he took it off of something else. I'm hitting the start button now. Tell you what, let's jump a screwdriver across. We'll jump a screwdriver across the solenoid and see if we get anything. Clean a spark off of there. Now it's clicking, but we got nothing up here at the start switch. But it does have the ECU up here at the front. So it could be one of these fuses. Let's see. See, that's plugged up. We'll get something to get these fuses out of there. Could be a blow fuse. Man, those things are glued. Wow, look at that. The whole fuse just came apart. But still connected. Let's get the test light and see if we can got anything lit up. Alright, I found out that my boost pack, the wire at the end of the cable came off. I had to refix that, so now we should have power somewhere. Test light still not lighting up. So, what could be the problem? Should be starting by a push button. We got battery power at the solenoid. But here we don't have nothing at the ECU. That fuse is still good, it's just a little plastic came off of it. For some reason, we don't have power going to the start button. But we might be able to get it to turn over now that I got a better connection at the solenoid. I mean at the battery cable from my jumper pack. So let's come back here again. We'll go to the solenoid. It won't turn. Should be turning over, so that's an indication that the motor could be locked. Bad starter, perhaps. But still, we're not cranking at the start button for some reason. We don't have any power up there. So could be this Q5 is bad or a bad ECU one. Let's see if it's plugged up. Seems to be plugged up. I'm wondering. This thing got a chip in it. No start, huh? So what I'm gonna do, since the cover is off down here where your prop shaft goes, I'm gonna put a wrench or something on there, or a pipe wrench or something, and see if we can get it to spin. And that'll tell us if the motor's locked up or not. Let me grab that. So I put a pair of vice grips on this prop shaft, and it won't turn. Seems that it's locked up. So my next objective will be to pull the starter. We can pull the plugs. Try and look down in there too. Maybe we can see something. Well, plug is already loose. Ew, rust. So I'm wondering if it just sit up and lock up. Can't see in that hole. Let me get a flashlight. Looks fairly clean in there, but that spark plug, it's got some rust on it. I don't know if you can see that. So I don't know. Water's got in the cylinder. Let's see, this one's loose too. This one's wet. There's definitely water in there. I can see water puddles on top of, I don't know if you can see that. I'm trying. There's water puddles on top of the piston though. Let me see if I can get closer than that. It's just so hard to see down in there. And I definitely see some moisture, so I bet you that it's just set up in the cylinder got some rust. You could pull the head off of it, or we could just pour some, drop a little transmission fluid in there, take this magneto cover off where we can get to the front crank bolt and see if we can free it up. But it's definitely, this plug here was wet and this plug here is rusted looking. So it's definitely got moisture in it. So what I'm gonna do, I'll get this magneto cover off, and because I don't think it's the starter that's locking it up, and we'll try and turn it over that way, and then if I have to let it sit, we'll just move on to the other one. So let me get that situated and see what's up. Alright, I just took the cover off, magneto cover. I got my ratchet, and we're going to see if we can get it to turn over here. Get the light in there. It's just so hard putting a light down in these things. Oh my gosh. Get down now. Alright, better light I can get. Let's see. Get hung up here everywhere. Alright. Get together. Okay. Here we go. I did notice the starter wasn't touching the flywheel. Definitely a lot going that way. Definitely a lot going that way, so it's definitely locked up. I don't know if it's rust or it's seized. Probably gonna have to pull the head off of it and see exactly what we're looking at. So I did spray a little oil down in there. I don't know if that's gonna do anything. I tell you what, let's just pull the head off of it, see what it looks like. We don't see any holes in pistons and scars and whatever, then we know that's what it was. We might be able to see some rust or something, or who knows. So let's just snatch that off. Well, what I'm gonna do is, I thought about it, I'm just gonna let that PV blaster sit in there for a minute before I go pulling the head off of it and really getting this thing apart. Let's just jump over to the other Sea-Doo and get it fired up and where it runs on its own fuel and everything, and we'll come back to this one. So yeah, we'll just come back to this one, let it sit there for a minute, and hopefully we'll get some better results. All right.